Hello Hammerheads, welcome to tuning in, and I'm sorry about the delay, but last week I was supposed to do a film review, but well, got sidetracked, you know, shit like that. But to make up for that loss, I shall do two film reviews in this video. That'll be good. Two of my favourite thrillers from the 70s. That's what I'm going to review for you tonight. I won't ask you to guess what they are, because that'd be like asking somebody to search for a fucking needle in a field. Could be anything, couldn't it? There you go, Hammerheads. Right, the first one is one of my favourite thrillers, this. Some very memorable moments in it, which you'd rather forget. Deliverance, from 1972. Brilliant film, that. Directed by John Boorman. Starring John Voight, Burt Reynolds, Ned Beatty and Ronnie Cox. Thing is though, everyone classes this as a Burt Reynolds film. It's not a Burt Reynolds film. It's... I mean, John Voight's the lead in it, you know what I mean? Burt Reynolds wasn't that big at the time. Didn't have a tash in this neither. Brilliant. I'll read this synopsis on the back of the video for you. You know, I can't read with these fitting glasses on. 4 ordinary men descending a river they've only seen on a map, determined to test themselves against the wilderness they think they understand. They discover a backwoods world filled with hillbilly cutthroats and teeming with violence. John Voight is Ed, the advertising man, opposed to violence. Burt Reynolds is Lewis, is the man of action who plans and leads the adventure. Ned Beatty is the soft city-bred Bobby, and Ronnie Cox is the quiet humanistic Drew. Deliverance is their story. Well, that's a bit of a crap synopsis, really. I could have done a much better one than that. I mean, they discover a backwoods world filled with hillbilly cutthroat. They only come across 2. You know what I mean? For fuck's sake. They're making it sound like some kind of fucking... worse than it is. Like... Brilliant film, that. 1972... Directed by John Boorman, and it's probably the first film I've ever seen with a gay rape in it. Well, a male rape in it. It's probably... I can't remember any before that. Pretty fucking realistic and all that. I mean, the book, I've never read the book. It's pretty hard to get hold of, the book. By James Dickey. And the author of the book is actually in the film. He plays a sheriff near the end. Typical big fat backwoods sheriff. Y'all. How come y'all only had one life jacket? Didn't we have a spare one? Don't come back up here. Don't you ever do anything like this ever again. I kind of like to see this town there peaceful. You don't have to worry about that, Sheriff. Brilliant film. I mean, Christ, you've probably seen it anyway, dozens of times, but brilliant. Very scary film because it could happen to anyone. 4 ordinary blokes. Their lives just get turned inside out and upside down. Just by fate. they stopped in the wrong place for a bit of a refreshment and that. Lo and behold, oh my God, they could have been following him all the way, you know what I mean? So you don't know really. They probably were actually. It was Burt Reynolds, Lewis, the first night that they put the heads down in the tents and all that. He knew something was wrong. He heard something out there, didn't he?
Does he think he is...
What is it?
Does he think he is Tarzan or what?
Lewis, you scared the shit out of me. Well, if you don't mind, folks, I'm going to be mean to my airbed.
Get down there, boy. Get them britches down. Now, let me hear you squeal. Squeal like pig. Sounds like Megara's a bore instead of a whore. Come on, boy, you do better not. Squeal now like pig, just like pig.
Oh God, it's fucking horrible, that bit. It's brilliant though when he gets the arrow straight through his heart. And I was like, go to the ass. Pooh, brilliant. They both get arrows through the heart, I think. Well, lack of them, because I don't think either of the two had a fucking heart, did they? No way. Anyway, enough said about that. My second film, a lot of people there might not recognise this one. It's a Canadian film from a Canadian director, his debut. Oh, what's his name again? William Fruit or something. I think it's his first film. Yeah, it is. William Fruit, 92 minutes. Death Weekend. Anyone remember that? Extremely rare now. But I think you might be able to find it on DVD abroad somewhere, maybe. But I've been researching it a little bit and it is available on DVD now, but not in England. I mean, the American version was called The House by the Lake, which I think that's the better title, to be honest with you. And it says it's a horror. It's not a fucking horror. It's unrated. It's on the Vampix label. Very rare video of that. I can probably get a few quid for that on eBay. I love the tagline. It began with a rape. It ended with a massacre. But it didn't begin with a rape. She didn't get raped till well into the film. So it's a good tagline, but it doesn't relate to the film itself, if you know what I mean. Right, I'll read the crappy synopsis. And I say that beforehand because it's bound to be crap, isn't it? They always are. You get some fucking kid who's like 21 or something, who's just started out in the film industry writing reviews and that. And it's probably an idiot like that, you know what I mean? And, you know, you haven't even watched it. It began with a rape, it ended with a massacre. No, it didn't, sorry. The House by the Lake. A serene, isolated haven that becomes a raging inferno of perverted terror and violence as Harry and Diane meet four thugs out for sadistic kicks. When Diane asserts her skill and supremacy in a death-defying road battle, their fate is sealed. With their tormentors trapped in the lonely retreat, Diane watches in horror as Harry is mentally tortured and killed. She knows that worse lies in wait for her. And that's a load of shit, because she didn't watch him get killed. She found his dead body much later on. From courage born of desperation, she knows what she must do. She must fight back with whatever means are at her disposal. But will she live to tell the blood-splattered tale? Be warned before you go away on this death weekend. To avoid fainting, keep repeating, it's only a movie. And that's a bloody rip-off of The Last House on the Left from 1972. That had that tagline repeated over and over again on the friggin' video box, man. Death Weekend was one of the first of the new wave of Canadian horror films to attract international attention. Where is it now then? It's a brilliant film. 1976, right? Don Stroud, he's the chief baddie. He plays Lep. And basically, you've got this fucking playboy dentist. He's got a big fucking mansion, hasn't he? Mansion by the lake. Speedboat, lovely Corvette and all that. Black Corvette. And he makes his habit of picking up women every weekend. Nearly every weekend. Pretending there's a party. Oh, do you want to come back to mine? There's going to be millions of celebrities and everyone there. Unwittingly, they'll go back. By the time they get there, oh, there's no one here yet. The woman wonders. It's like it's a ploy, because he's got like hidden fucking reversible mirrors to watch you getting undressed. He's a right perv. You don't really feel sorry for him when his house is getting smashed to fucking smithereens, because he's an arsehole basically. He's shit. He treats women like dirt, and he should be fucking battered for that. And anyway, she's a good driver. She knows a lot about engines, and she says, "Oh, can I have a drive?" When the first meeting, then this car full of friggin', I don't know what it is, a Mustang or something, a souped up one, no less. 4 thugs in it, led by Don Stroud, and that he's a driver. Oh, start hiding beer bottles and cans out the car window and that, you know, just being general tits basically, and so they're like challenged in this race. Anyway, she runs them off the road eventually, and they get stuck in this fucking swamp thing, and he gets out, and it's the first film I've ever heard the word cunt mentioned, because he fucking runs up and comes to the camera. Wait, the camera's there. He's I want to get that fucking goddamn cunt. Anyway, they trace them back to where he lives and that, and basically go around there, terrorise them and smash his house up. He's got a lovely house, grand piano, the lot. Just smash everything to fucking bits. Everything. Nothing's untouched. Antiques, rare records, the lot. Pictures on the... everything. Oh, God almighty. They even smashed the toilet bowl to bits, man. And 2 good characters in that are the 2 old geezers who, like, maintain his car every now and then and stuff. And in payment, he gives them some moonshine. And after a couple of demijohns of this moonshine, these 2 old blokes are just fucking... They can't even stand up, let alone walk, and just... everything collapses around them and that. They're 2 good characters in that film. And anyway, eventually after they smashed his house up, they're going to have, like, taken in turns to rape her, aren't they? So they took her upstairs and that. One of them does. He has his turn in the bedroom. But while she, smashed the mirror and all that, didn't her? So she gets this big chunk of glass, hides under the mattress, behind her back, and says, "Hurry up!" And he cuts her with a bit of glass, just for the hell of it. And anyway, he's shagging her, right? And when he's coming, he lifts his head up, and he's going, and she gets the piece of mirror out, and straight across his neck. Blood everywhere. And there's 2 of them listening outside the bedroom door, while Lep is gone to kill the bloke. And They see the blood seeping under the door. And, shit! Kick the door in, and she's jumping out the window. Now it's her turn. Well, it's a cat and mouse then, isn't it? She sets one of them on fire. She drowns another one in quicksand. And Lep at the end, she just runs him over. But her and Don Stroud, what's her name again? Brenda Vacarou. Aye, she plays Diane. And Chuck Shamarta's in it as well. You'll know his face if you see him. He plays Harry. But, yeah. They had an affair during the film. Well, they had a fling. You know, a relationship sort of thing. Don Stroud and Brenda Vacarou. You can actually see it in the film. You know, there's like, he tries to rape her, like, at first and that, and she's being dead rough and hitting him and that, get off us. And then she stops and starts like just, she's motionless. And then he stops, he goes, why did you stop? Obviously he likes it rough, but aye, they had a relationship during the film and that. Good film, that. Death Weekend. Mind you, it's very hard to get hold of, DVD wise. It might be easier now, because the last time I looked it up was about, God, 6 or 7 months ago. So now you're probably going to find it, you know what I mean? DVD, abroad probably, you know what I mean? So, anyway, Hammerheads, that's my 2 film reviews for the night. Hope you enjoyed them, and thanks for tuning in. I'll bid you good night now. Yeah.